Hi, Mike Roxburgh. What I see as the key issues for people and leaders which are holding back performance inside New Zealand organisations. First of all, leadership is not often recognised as a skill in itself, and often the people who are technically best at their job get the promotion to be the leader or the manager. And I think a good analogy of this is in the sporting world, where the best, most successful sporting coaches are seen as the people who are experts at the strategy and the tactics of their game. Where in actual fact, what most of them have in common is what they're really good at is bringing a group of people together and turning them into a high-performing team. The strategy and tactics are only part of what they do. Other things I see inside New Zealand organisations are that pressure, worry, stress, threats of fear and failure are often the common motivators used. Management groups take a very negative frame and are always looking at negatively at where they're up to now and what they need to do in the future, without ever taking a gratitude look at where they've been and what they've achieved. The drive for short-term performance is paramount in a lot of organisations and creates top-down delivering a sermon from the mountain approach. A lot of senior leaders are in the mode to control, manage and make every decision and micromanage employees every day. Little one-on-one time is allocated from leaders to working with the people that report directly to them. But in fact, in some ways this is understandable because executives do work hard with back-to-back meetings, working through lunches and working late into the night. But what the first thing that disappears from their calendar is the precious time that they could spend with their people. People, and I think Kiwis in particular, are often not wanting to be led. They're wanting to contribute, they're wanting to be guided, and most of all, they're wanting to be valued. Typically what organisations are doing to try and resolve some of these issues is they're holding workshops which explain / tell the strategy and hope that the people will then pass it down and enact it for them. They arbitrarily decide on values for the organisations and put posters on the wall and then try to hold people to account to those arbitrary values. They run engagement surveys, which often surface a lot of good stuff, but very little is ever done to resolve those issues. And here's the interesting thing. Engagement is typically low inside organisations. And often people want to put forward their good ideas. They want to have input. They want to feel trusted and valued. And they want to have quality time with their managers. And in fact, some research is saying that engagement from people is as low as 30%. The consequences of not doing this are dire. Staff turnover, low productivity, absenteeism, and ultimately profits are less. So what's the new way forward? How can things be addressed? The way is for leaders to move to be facilitators, creating collaboration, painting a picture of a broad vision or goal, and then gaining input from the organisation as to how this can be achieved and facilitating them to enact it. Spending time on the purpose, why are we all here working together, working much harder on the culture or how do we work together. Leaving more of the strategy or what to wider groups to carry out and giving them the trust and confidence to do so. Trusting employees is important. We've seen great examples in the lockdown with people working from home, and by all reports productivity is probably up. Providing on-target feedback for people is very valuable. Telling them when they're doing well constantly and constructively telling them what needs to change. Using rewards and recognition. This is vital. There's nothing better for people than being recognised by their peers or by their leaders. And recognition is often as simple as saying well done. In fact, some studies say that if you say well done 5 times to every time you say something negative, it gives a much better result. In summary, we need to let go of the egocentric leadership styles which says I create the strategy, I understand it all, I'm the most important, and focus on collaboration and facilitation across your organisations. Thank you.